Hi, everybody. Welcome to Travel Trends 2024 Explained. I'm Liz West. We're here to help inspire you for that next getaway. And here to help us with that is Natalia Vargas. Natalia is not only an avid traveler who's visited 40 countries. She's also the sales and marketing coordinator for Senior Discovery Tours. Natalia brings a wealth of firsthand experience, a whole lot of enthusiasm to the topic of travel. Thanks so much for being with us today, Natalia.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so you've been to 40 countries. I am not going to put you on the spot and say, list them all, but I do want to know what you look for in travel, personally.
Of course, and I look for convenience. So convenience of the flights, of the transportation, the location of the hotels. But most importantly, I look for the cultural experiences. So interacting with the locals, tasting that local flavor, making new friends, whether it be with locals or other travelers that are experiencing the same thing. So my priority is always learn about the culture and try to immerse myself in it.
Sounds wonderful. And we're going to talk about all things to do with group tours. Senior Discovery Tours has been doing this for, what, like 50 years, I think. So I'm sure things have changed in that time. What's changed the most?
So we have noticed that a lot of our clients, they're more active and more adventurous now. Myself, as a tour manager, I've had clients on tours that I have to keep up with them and not the other way around. They're so active and so adventurous, and they're more wellness conscious and healthier overall that we've noticed, and this is due to their lifestyle choices. So the name of our company has changed throughout the years to reflect that, and the last name change that we had was in 2015, and we added the word discovery to the name of the company, Senior Discovery Tours. And that is to reflect that desire for exploration that our clients have and for adventure to discover the world.
Wonderful. That makes sense. Trying to keep up, wearing your tennis shoes, I bet, all the time, right?
That's right.
Okay, so I know you've got 8 different tour types, 4 different levels. So you really have something for everyone. How do you determine those different levels, and how do I know what's right for me?
Absolutely, and we do have those different activity levels to allow for flexibility to tailor to everyone's preference and the pace that they like to travel at. So I'll go over the 4 different activity levels that we have, but I will say for all of our tours, every client, they need to be able to get on and off the coach independently without assistance. And so we start with the leisure tours. These are a relaxed pace type of tour, and we're walking on and off for up to 1 hour. But you're on your feet that entire time, and there are about maybe 1 flight of stairs that you'll have to navigate without railing sometimes and without assistance. So these tours are leisurely, we call them, a relaxed pace. Then we move on to our moderate tours, and we're going into a bit more active, so a bit longer walks. The walks are up to 2 hours when you're on your feet, and you're walking on not so much even ground like the leisure tours. It's more, it could be maybe cobblestones, maybe some hills, and at least 2 flight of stairs that you have to navigate without railing sometimes. So the walks start to get a bit more challenging. And for those of us that like to track our steps and how many kilometers we walk every day, in terms of kilometers for these tours, it would be, we're talking about 3 to 5 kilometers at the end of the day. So overall, we'd be looking about 3 to 5 kilometers for the moderate tours. Then we move on to the active tours, which, as the term suggests, these tours are active, and we're getting into longer touring days, longer walks as well. So we're looking at walks between 2 and 3 hours. You're on your feet that entire time, and you're walking again on uneven grounds, cobblestones, hills, stairs, and at the end of the day, your device will say anywhere from 5 to 7 kilometers that you walked. And then we have our energetic tours, which require a lot of energy and very good mobility. These tours are more than 3 hours of the walks, so longer walks and more activity. The walks are more rugged terrain. So it can be challenging. This is only for the very fit and active travelers. And so they do require great mobility. And in terms of kilometers, at the end of the day, it could be anywhere from 5 kilometers up to 13. So very, very active, even difficult, for someone like me.
Yeah. I'd have to go to one and my husband would have to do a different one. But that would be okay, right?
Absolutely.
What do you get when you book one of these tours?
Well, our tours are very inclusive. Basically, what is required from the client is pick a tour, get excited, and pack your bags and get ready to go.
Love it.
We do the rest. We do all the planning, we book all the accommodations, all the flights, all the transfers. A very important aspect of our tours as well is that every tour goes with a tour manager that's always there with the group, making sure that everyone is having a good time, that the itinerary is going smoothly, that everything is going well. So every tour, no matter the type of tour, goes with the tour manager. We also have expert local guides who tell us everything about the culture and the history and everything that's happening in the area. And there are very unique aspects of our tours and the components that we include. For example, home pickup and drop off. So we pick up our clients from their door, drive them to the airport, on their return, pick them up at the airport and bring them back home. And we do this all over Canada from most Canadian cities. So it's very carefree. And another big thing is that the travel insurance is included with our packages. So we include the medical, trip interruption, baggage for outside of Canada. And all of our tours include protection for cancellation prior to departure. So should something happen, we plan in advance, but things happen sometimes. So when our clients have to cancel for an emergency, they're covered. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm booking a tour and I'm preparing or a trip for, my finances, some things start to add up. Like, for example, the tipping. You don't think I'm doing this tour, but maybe you should tip the driver and the local guide or the hotel staff, the restaurant staff. And all of those tips, all the taxes, all those extra fees that you may not think about and account for, they're all included. So you really know what you're getting when you're going on a tour with us.
And if I'm traveling solo, I imagine I'm welcome to join a group, and what does that involve?
Absolutely. We have single travelers in all of our tours. I will mention that the prices of the tours are based on 2 people sharing the room, so there is a single supplement. But we have a very special program, which is our roommate matching program, which is very successful. So what happens is when we have a solo traveler that maybe they don't want to go on their own, not that they would be on their own, of course they'd be with the group and with the tour manager, but they want to share the room with someone, and they don't have, friends or family that they would like to go on that specific tour. So they get added to this list, and then when another solo traveler inquires about that tour, when they're added to the list, they've given us the permission to provide their contact information to the other person that's interested. And we don't automatically partner up anyone, so don't worry. What happens is they two talk to each other, and then they decide, yes, this is a great fit, or no, I'll find someone else.
Wow.
But we give them that opportunity, and we've had lots of success with this program, and many great friendships have come from this.
I bet, and it makes it more affordable for people who need to share in the cost. So that's really wonderful. Okay, let's talk about destinations. Ooh, what are the top destinations right now?
Sure.
Get your pens ready, right?
That's right. So right now, Europe is the top destination, and that's not only because of the well-known landmarks, it's also because of the different cultures, the rich history, and all the diversity. And we have many, many tours in Europe, and we have different types of tours. We have 8 different types of tours. So from walking and hiking tours, 2 and 3 center tours, stay-put holidays, flight and coach tours, rail tours, cruises. So we have all the ways that you like to explore Europe.
And here we love to go south. We like we're snowbirds. We think of Florida, we think of Arizona, but I know there's other places that offer the sun and the sand, like Spain and Italy. What are the hot spots in those countries right now?
Of course, southern Spain is very, very nice, and we have tours to Costa del Sol and Costa Blanca, which are basically for the snowbirds that are looking to get away from the cold weather here. So we go to southern Spain, which is really sunny, beautiful beaches, and the tours that we offer in that area are what we call the stay put holidays, where we stay put at the same location the entire duration of the tour. Obviously, it goes with the tour manager that's always there, and we have included excursions, but not every day is occupied. So we have included excursions, and for those that want to be really busy, we have optional tours that we offer. So the tour manager will be putting together those optional tours and cocktail parties, game nights, things like that. And what's very special about these tours is we offer them in the winter and in the fall when it starts to get, cold and yucky here.
And we start thinking of leaving and finding palm trees. At least I do.
Exactly.
I do.
Absolutely. And the weather there at that time is very, very nice, way nicer than here, which is very appealing for our clients.
I want to talk about the popularity of culinary experiences, this idea that you can, immerse yourself through food in a different region. Why do you think it's so popular?
Well, the culinary tours, they're multi-sensory. So not only do the clients get the experience to taste those local flavors, they get to know about the people and the culture and the traditions through the universal language of food. And so clients get the opportunity to taste the local flavors, to learn about the culinary traditions, to talk to local chefs. There are cooking classes, workshops. So not only do they get to taste the food, they get to make it hands-on and learn those recipes and bring them back home with them. And with those tours, we visit local farms, we visit fishing villages, vineyards, local markets. And so it's very special to be able to see how the food is sourced and produced. And we have culinary and wine tours in both France and Italy, which are well known for their gastronomy all over the world.
I really love the idea of a wine tour in Paris. Can you give me a sense of what that would be like if I were to take one?
Of course. So we visit museums, we visit wine museums. There's a lot of wine tasting.
There's wine museums? Other than in my house?
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely. So we visit the museums, we visit the vineyards, and you get to learn how the wine is made and taste a lot of it with all the very nice food that comes along with it. So it's a very unique opportunity to learn about wine and taste it along the way.
So how do you go about determining where you're taking people on these authentic trips, and how do you engage the locals to do it? How does that get planned so that you know it's going to work?
Of course, we have expert product managers who are always looking out for new opportunities, for new areas, and all of our local guides are locals. So they are from that area, so you're getting firsthand knowledge and experience from them. And then we search out the best destinations, the best areas to take our clients, and it all comes together in a very nice product.
Have you ever had anybody say, I'm not getting on the plane, I'm staying? Because I feel like that could happen. To be so, I guess, entrenched, to sort of start to feel like you actually live there in a way. You're living like a local. If you're cooking, you're, visiting the farms, and then you're surrounded by people. I'm imagining there's a lot of small towns involved as well.
Of course.
I'd be like, I'm not getting back on the plane, I'm staying, Natalia.
And it's a challenge. It's a challenge to get everyone back on the plane. No one wants to come home, but we just remind them, there's an opportunity to come back. We have other tours as well that provide the same experience. So is it a challenge? Yes, absolutely. But no one wants to return from a wonderful tour like that, but we have to get everyone back home.
And I imagine you're always trying to reinvent. You're always looking for what's next and what's new. Anything you can let us in on about what might be around the corner in terms of a new destination or anything?
Well, we are always coming out with new tours. So we're always putting together new itineraries and looking out for, what's out there that we haven't done yet. So we have a lot of walking tours that are being introduced. The walking and hiking tours have become very popular. So we have a Swiss Alps walking tour that's it's going to be beautiful. So we're always coming out with, different types of places that we haven't been yet and that we'd like to go.
And I imagine just talking about how you have the guide, I forget what you called him, but the person that's with you. So there's no language barrier. I don't have to worry about if I don't speak Italian or German or French or whatever it is. That's not going to be a barrier for me to travel.
Of course, no. The local guides, they are local. All the tours are hosted in English. And so there is no worries of not knowing the language because we always have that local guide who is telling us everything in English, and if something needs to be done in the local language, or then
they can take care of it.
They take care of that. Yeah.
Good, because sometimes that's worrisome, a little bit worrisome. So it sounds like you have everything covered, literally, for every type of traveler. And I understand you've got a special offer for everybody who's watching.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me what it is?
Definitely. So I'm happy to share. We are offering $100 off per person for all the viewers, and on any tours that are booked by May 31st, 2024, and using the promo code Summit 2024. I believe it's going to come on the screen.
Yeah, it's probably on the screen.
And so it's $100 off per person on any tours that are booked by May 31st, 2024.
That's a fantastic offer. Thanks so much for being here, Natalia. Happy travels. It'll be 50 countries the next time I see you, won't it?
I bet.
All right. A big thank you to all of our guests today for joining us, and thanks to all of you for watching. I'm Liz West. Safe and happy travels.